Hi, welcome to today's Tech Tips. This is Rick Naranjo with Paradise Energy Solutions. What we'd like to talk to you about today is to answer your question, what happens if part of my solar panel is shaded? And so today we're going to have Steve Knapp and Phil Byler help us. We're going to simulate shading 1/3, then 2/3, then a whole part of the panel. We have a test instrument that'll tell you what the results are. And then later on, I'll go inside and actually share the different results with you, so you'll know how much power you're actually losing from shading.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve and this is Phil. We're with Paradise Energy Solutions. Today we're doing a tech tip on possible shading on panels. Some people have asked the question, well, what happens when shade comes across my panels? And today we're using the Solmetric PV Analyzer, and we're going to do some tests on this nice panel and show you some results on the screen of what the differences look like. Right now we have a nice sunny day, radiance between 700 and 800 watts meter squared, and now we're going to take our test.
Steve and Phil are measuring our full panel, and you can see this IV curve looks normal like you'd expect. Our performance is good, and our fill factor is good, and our radiation is good as well.
For this next test, we're going to shade 1/3 of this panel. The way these solar panels are constructed, they're constructed in thirds. They have diodes in them, and if something shades 1/3 of the panel, 2/3 of your panel can still operate. So now with 1/3 shaded, we're going to take our test.
Now we've just tested the panel with 1/3 covered. You can see how we've lost this amount of power here. The curve looks pretty good except for this drop off. And you can see our performance and our fill factor have changed. Our radiation and temperature stayed about the same.
All right, for our next test, we're going to shade 2/3 of this panel, which we should still see some operation from it. And right now, we're going to take our test.
Now 2/3 have been covered. You can see a big drop off. This is actual lost power. And our performance and our fill factors have changed dramatically, but our radiation stayed about the same. So under the same conditions, we lost a lot of power.
Before we do our last test, I'll explain something if you didn't understand it. You do not need to shade an entire panel to cut off its ability to produce current. Just shading the bottom portion of a panel can cut it off. So now Phil's going to move our sign to cover the entire panel, and we're going to take our test. And you'll be able to see the results on the graph of what it looks like.
While they're testing with all 3 sections covered, there's no power being put out by the panel. You can see very little power, but you still have good irradiation.
What we like to do to show you and demonstrate something to you, we'll take this away. Some people may not realize what something small like a service cable or a wire running across your array panel might do for you. So as Phil's holding up just a piece of conduit that might replicate a service cable, and we're going to take a test and show what this might do to the production of your panels.
Now with a branch covering, you can see that the power output's not quite perfect. It doesn't look the same as the first one. Not too bad though for the performance or fill ratio, but a measurable loss of performance by just a branch or a thick cable blocking your panel, and again, under pretty much the same conditions of irradiation.